and you still can make withdrawals up to $100,000 without any penalties. And that's under the CARES Act due to the COVID-19 impact. So that's a wonderful way.
This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, your media hub for all things Black entrepreneurship, politics, news, and events in Hampton Roads and beyond.
When I say black, y'all say Wall Street. Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street.
Can I have your attention for a moment? Listen.
Michael Gray with Apex Financial Group of Virginia. How are you, sir?
Greetings.
Doing well. And yourself, Blair?
I'm doing very well. You always do an awesome job of helping us to improve our financial health, our financial well-being overall. So I'm excited to dig in.
Okay, good. We're going to talk today about a few tips and a few keys in reference to financial health and to financial wellness and how to create a healthy financial diet. Okay, so let's start. The worst thing we can do in any crisis, including COVID-19, this pandemic, is to do absolutely nothing. That's the worst thing that you can do. Now, nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
That's right.
There was a song out a few years ago. Billy Preston sung that song. But it is a fact that if you do nothing, you get nothing.
Right.
That's a fact. Now, today, regardless of age or income bracket, I would like to offer a free financial checkup. That will, number one, give you peace of mind, knowing that you're on the right track financially, that will produce success. And number two, I like to offer financial tips that will help you to protect your finances, your estate, your retirement, your income, and your investments from all these various risks that we may not know about. So let's get started.
All right.
Now, in this financial checkup, we will discuss some items that will be a benefit. Number one, I want to first start off by giving individuals an opportunity who have experienced some difficulties during the COVID-19 virus that have been impacted, and sometimes they need what we call emergency money.
Yes.
Under the CARES Act, what they can do, they can actually go to their retirement plans, qualified plans, 401ks, IRAs, that sort of thing. It's called qualified money, and they can make a withdrawal up to $100,000 from their plans without any penalties, okay? And regardless of age. So you can be under 59 and a half, and you still can make withdrawals up to $100,000 without any penalties. And that's under the CARES Act due to the COVID-19 impact. So that's a wonderful way if you're having some impact due to COVID, unemployment, finances, or you're behind on bills, you can use your retirement account and you can withdraw money there without any incurring penalties. So that's number one. Number two, under the Secures Act, what we call Secure Act of 2019, there was a new law that came out in December of 2019, and what this law actually enacted was the fact that if you are 7.5 years of age, that was the age previous, that you would have to take what we call your RMD, which is required minimum distribution. But under the Secure Act of 2019, they moved that age up to 72. And also, under the Secure Act, if you have a retirement plan like an IRA, especially qualified money, you want to make sure that you understand what we call the 10-year rule. That is very, very important, because if you have an IRA out there, and if you don't understand the 10-year rule, your IRA can become what we call a time bomb, a ticking time bomb. So that right there in itself, okay, is good information that you can receive, and you can have that along with the withdrawals okay, from a qualified account up to $100,000 for a COVID impact, but calling us today at 757-640-0207. Again, for your free financial checkup, call us today on those two items, 757-640-0207. And that's in reference to your retirement accounts, okay? Now, moving along. There's a lot of risks out here that we sometimes assume and we're not made aware of. One of the risks that we all assume is called inflation.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, inflation. Back in 1975, believe it or not, a new home only cost you $48,000.
Wow, and what year was this?
Yeah, 1975. 1975, a new home only cost you $48,000. Today, a new home will cost you about 10 times that amount, on an average $231,000. Wow. Back in 1975, a new car will cost you only $3,800. Now the minimum price of a new car is $31,000. So that's what we call the tax of inflation. Inflation is called in the finance world the silent killer. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, to make sure, okay, that you're ahead of inflation, you have to earn more interest. Okay. You have to have a higher interest rate than the inflation rate. So if the inflation rate is 3%, you want to make sure that your investments or your earnings or your money is making at least 4, 5, 6% higher than inflation. Okay, and the reason for that band is because you want to make sure, okay, when you retire, okay, that you will outlive your money. I'm going to make that clear. You have to have enough money coming in so that you will outlive your money. Today, that is one of the most major concerns for most people, is having enough money to live on and making sure that they will outlive the money. Some cases, if we're not planned up properly, you can have a problem, because if your money run out, see, then that forces you to go back into the workforce. So with inflation, you just want to make sure that you keep the pace. And so that's a risk that we have to look at, because prices are constantly going up. And as long as we live, guess what? Inflation will be around. So again, we have ways to show you how to stay ahead of inflation, and you can call us today to help eliminate that risk or reduce that risk by calling us today at 757-640-0207 for your free financial checkup. Don't delay. Call today. Now, another item. If you have an estate, and an estate could be a house, could be a car, could be your retirement accounts, could be money in the bank, could be a CD, could be your clothes, could be your furniture. That's an estate, okay?
All right? That, okay.
All that and more. If you have an estate, which most of us do, okay, you want to make sure that your estate is ironclad, that it's protected. And the way you protect your estate is by using a tool that's available to all of us, and that's called the Revocable Living Trust. A living trust. A living trust will keep...
Go ahead.
Yeah, a living trust will keep you out of probate court, okay? It's a very good tool that you can use to make sure that you have all your financial arrangements in order. So go ahead, Black. What you want to say?
I was going to ask if it was the same thing as a will, but it sounds like it may not be.
No, a will will not keep you out of probate court, okay? A trust will. So you want to make sure you have a trust, okay?
Got it.
A will keep you in probate court. A trust will keep you out. And so a lot of people think that the will is sufficient enough to keep them out of probate court, but that's not true. You need to have a revocable trust in place that will take care of that, okay? All right, now, so that's protecting your assets, okay? Want to make sure they're protected through the trust. Now, also, too, one of the major income source for most people at retirement is Social Security. Now, a lot of individuals that come to us, they want to be able to have other pockets of income, other streams of income, because they don't want to just rely just on Social Security benefit for their retirement benefits. But on the other hand, if you're receiving Social Security today, okay, if you're a married couple, okay, and both husband and wife, you're receiving Social Security benefits, there may be a way to increase one of the spouse's benefits by going through what I call a Social Security analysis. Just by having a Social Security analysis or a free update, you may be able to increase your benefits, okay? And that would be more income for you. And you can have that by just calling us today, again, for your free checkup at 757-640-0207. Also dealing with Social Security, Blair, if you have individuals, okay, who, again, that are receiving their benefits, and let's say they're divorced, if they've been married for at least 10 years in that marriage, okay, we may be able to increase one of the former spouse's benefits through a Social Security update. And it's really, really nice. And you can have that for just a boost in your Social Security benefits by calling us today at 757-640-0207. Now, also, too, when you look at what we're dealing with now, okay, in our society, okay, you want to make sure that all of your legal documents, okay, and this is a homework assignment for everybody that's listening today. You need to go and look at all your legal documents, okay, whether it be your retirement accounts, your bank accounts, your life insurance policies, anything that's legal, deeds. You want to make sure that you update your beneficiaries, okay? You need to make sure that you have the correct beneficiaries in place. Now, what we recommend is having what we call 3 lines, what we call 3 generations. A primary beneficiary, which is first, a contingent beneficiary, which is second, and then you have a third beneficiary, okay? And you want to have all 3 lines in place. Now, but the most important thing is you want to make sure that your beneficiaries are updated and they're correct. Because if they're not, then whoever the beneficiary is, then they receive all the benefits. So the key here is that you want to pass on your estate, your assets, to the intended beneficiaries and not the pretended. Big difference there, okay? The intended and not what?
Not the pretended.
Pretended, okay? Because you'll find out, Blair, that a lot of times people just don't look at documents, and sometimes it goes to individuals that they don't want to go to, but once it happens, you know, once it's filed and claimed, there's nothing you can do about it, okay? Now, the last item here, Blair, real quick, I'm going to talk about transferring risk for pennies on a dollar.
Okay.
For pennies on a dollar. Give us 5 cents on a dollar. Give us 7 cents on a dollar. Give us 8 cents on a dollar. Give us 10 cents on a dollar. And we'll show you how that you can transfer a whole lot of risk. Risk like, for example, paying off your mortgage in case of death, okay, of a loved one or a breadwinner, okay? You can transfer that risk by paying just pennies on a dollar so that your loved ones can have a house that's mortgage free. You can use transfer risk by paying pennies on a dollar to replace income due to the death of a breadwinner. So that wife, okay, could still have income coming in by just transferring the risk. When we transfer risk for pennies on a dollar, you'll be able to pay for college tuition. Your kids can still go to school of their choice. By transferring risk, we'll show you how to eliminate debt, okay? So that won't be an issue anymore. By transferring risk, we'll show you how to build up a cash reserve, okay, for emergencies. And you can have all this, okay, for transferring risk on pennies on a dollar by calling today for your free financial checkup. Call today. Don't delay. The number here again is 757-640-0207. And you give us 1 hour of your time, and we can discuss a whole lot of benefits, okay, that will put you on the path, okay, for success when it comes to retirement and protecting your estate. So there you have it, Blair.
Right.
And that's how you keep your finances healthy, and that's how you maintain a balanced, healthy financial diet.
I love it. This is a fantastic segment of Money Talk, hashtag Money Talk, sponsored by Apex Financial Group of Virginia, with Mr. Michael Gray, 757-640-0207.
Wonderful way.
This show is brought to you by Positive Vibes Incorporated, our consulting services. We do credit fixes, tax resolution, we lend private money to real estate investors, and we do debt consolidations. Basically, we put money in your pocket when you need money. We put money in your pocket when you need money. 757-932-0177.
Phenomenal. Stay with us online at Black Wall Street Today on Facebook and Black Wall Street Today on Instagram. And then follow us on Twitter as well at BWS Today. We look forward to talking again next week. Have a wonderful week. I have said and I will continue to say that the most important priority for the Black community is the Black community, not a particular political party.
Phenomenal. Hey, yo, when I say black, you say Wall Street. Black Wall Street. When I say black, you say Wall Street. Black. When I say black, you say Wall Street.